Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group. I'm sure people will watch it. I mean, because you're on it, right?
Gotta hope so.
Coming through.
All right, we're going. All right. Hi there. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Curtis. Hope you're doing well on this Monday of May the 12th. We got a big guest today. He's kind of somebody. He took over an amazing facility here in Dallas-Fort Worth, top of the pops in Texas, definitely the United States of America. I'll go into all these things, but this guy has been around. He came from Houston, and his name is Chris Gale, Director of Racquet Sports at Bent Tree Country Club. What's happening, man?
Life is good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little about yourself real quick here.
Real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I knew that was coming.
I feel really fortunate. I moved to the USA when I was 19, and just knew that the dreams and aspirations that I had, I knew were just so far-fetched. And so I moved over here really quickly, realized I wasn't going to cut it playing at all. And so I started getting into the teaching side of things. And I was so fortunate that I got my first director of tennis position at a country club in Coachella Valley in Palm Springs.
Nice.
At 21. And at 21, even at that age, I knew how lucky I was to have a director of tennis position on my name, on my resume,
Yeah.
So it just opened doors up for the rest of my career. And I've been so fortunate with the places I've worked at. I've loved every place I've been, but every club has been a little bigger, a little more successful, a little more dynamics that just require huge management. River Oaks Country Club, gross revenues at $36 million a year. Bent Tree Country Club, it's a little smaller in population, but it's just a beast. It's an absolute beast, So I've been there since January 15th, and happy to be in Dallas, man. Well,
we're talking with Chris Gale of Bent Tree Country Club. He's also part of the Directors Club of America, which I'm a part of, but I don't get to go to stuff because, they just do stuff at different times. But I'll go one day.
Love to have you.
But he is taking over a gym of a facility here in Dallas, North Dallas. You have, 8 indoor courts? Is that right? Or 4?
We have 4 indoor courts, 12 outdoor courts, and 3 permanent pickleball courts.
There we go. See, that's what we're talking about. So speaking of pickleball, we're going to go into the way of pickleball. This is where you tell us the what, the where, the when, the why, what you're doing in pickleball, and when you started, and I'll ask you questions from there. Let's go.
Cool.
The way of pickleball.
The pickleball side of things for me started in 2015 up in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a club on the South Shore of Boston.
Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing, though, Kurt, because it was like senior citizens activity.
Wow.
But it was booming. It was crazy. We'd set up courts. We didn't even have taped down courts and smaller nets. We just lowered the nets on the tent. It was just so introductory.
You lowered the nets. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
Early days, the grassroots.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, these guys all got into it, but everyone was over the age of 65.
Yeah.
And we'd have 16 to 24 people come out, and they loved it. But then it was really amazing to me. So I've been teaching it since 2015, but it's amazing to me how quickly the game evolved.
Yeah.
You get your Tyson McGuffins, your Johns brothers just playing a whole different brand of pickleball than what I was teaching in 2015.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't imagine what you were teaching back then. Keep going.
Yeah, so it's evolved, and so for me that's exciting. I saw the same thing happen with platform tennis up in the Northeast.
Yes, that's going to ask you about that too.
Yeah, platform tennis was played a certain way, and then there was this one pro that came along, South African guy named Johan Durant. He revolutionized the way that it was played, changed it, and it became this different, full-on athletic, way of playing. So that's kind of what I've seen with platform tennis and with pickleball, which I think is so cool. So, if you were teaching the way I was 10 years ago today,
And no, you're not.
you're obsolete.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
So it's been exciting to roll with it and grow it and develop it. You know, at River Oaks, we had no courts. So I put 4 permanent courts in there.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean,
Awesome.
and I think that the big thing is that anyone that is looking to expand, truly expand. Don't take tennis courts away to build pickleball courts. Grow both programs. You know, grow and develop. So I was psyched to do that at River Oaks. Bentry already has 3 permanent courts, and we need to get that vibe going there. We need to get it rolling in a big way. It's popular, but mainly for like people wanting to come in and do events. So
when you say you started in 2015, I started in 2018. And I say this, whatever we say here, people, don't get all mad because it's all objective. So, but when I first started, I don't have a problem with the third shot drop, but I wasn't a fan of it because I just didn't see it lasting because you just can't go in that fast. And I teach it a little bit, but I focus more on the dinks and the drops. But were you teaching that third shot drop, or did you kind of see the importance of resetting a point back then, 2016 or 17?
I mean, yeah, the third shot, you know, dink or drop, whatever you want to call it, was so prominent. And if you weren't teaching it, anyone that was had done their YouTube research was like, do you know what you're talking about? And it's like, well, yeah, I do, but there's other options, you know, than just the so you're kind of forced into that third shot dink in the early days of teaching it. But to me, you know, as players got better, younger, more athletic, more power, different spins, different shot selections, it changed the way that player is really trying to get up to that no volley zone, you know. So so it's been
way to call it that. Good job.
Not many people do
No,
they?
they don't. No, Northeast, yes. Yeah. No volley zone. I love this guy, man. Where's he been? Come on. So let's talk about your favorite paddle. What do you have like a certain paddle at the club?
Yeah.
And whenever you like, name them all. We're gonna tag them on your video.
Yeah. I've got 2 favorites. I mean, for me, when I picked up Yola paddles, they just felt like an extension of my arm. I love them. I love them. And there's a new paddle out on the market called Carbon. CRBN. I know what those are. Really nice.
Are they?
Really nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of both of them, but like for teaching, I'll use either, but I really do love the Yola. Yola to me is the Rolls Royce of paddles.
Do you like the thinner beam or do you like the thicker beam? Which one do you like?
Surprisingly, the thicker one.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I like the thinner one, man.
Yeah, I used to use the Selkirk, and I just found it so unforgiving, and I didn't have as much feel with it. You know, when I was ripping, it felt good, but for the touch, I love the Yola paddles. Wow. But I mean, same thing with paddles, right? 2015 to today,
there was 150 paddles 5-10 years ago, 5-6 years ago, and that was what, 500, 600.
It's crazy, and the technology has changed.
That's
so much,
this game's got Let me ask this question. We're talking with Chris Gale, Director of Racquet Sports at Bentry Country Club here in Dallas, Texas. Where the studio is located. So you're a big vet. Do you still work with with that third shot drop, or do you kind of focus on the importance of resetting the point?
I talk about the focus of
or either one of you. I'm sorry, whatever you talk about.
Yeah, no, I mean I really go deep into what is best for you given a current situation, right?
Very good.
I think that there is a teaching platform or a teaching foundation that goes across all racket sports, you know.
Correct.
Shot selection and positioning.
Those
are the 2 things that you can control. So how are you going to control that third shot? What is your true opportunity? Recognizing it and then being able to capitalize on it.
Should we charge people for this?
I'm down with that.
I love it. All right, so you do have a favorite shot?
I mean, I'd like to say around the post, but I think that I'm successful about 2% of the time on those.
Probably more than that.
I am a huge fan of the patience game, right? I love going angle, forehand to forehand, waiting for that ball to get popped up, you know? So I can go all day just with that patient angle cross court. You know, I'm really tall, Curtis, and quite a physical, specimen at 5'6" and 145 pounds. So I'm not overpowering people on a pickleball court, so I gotta be that smaller man, patient, player, and be really, really constructive.
Tell us where you're from.
West Coast of Australia.
We all know of an Australian player who I saw play at a Super Champ Major Zone in the late 90s in Austin, Texas. And his name is Leighton Hewitt. Leighton Hewitt reinvented the game.
Yeah.
Because of his stature. No disrespect. None. And he hit everything up the middle of the court, forcing all those bigs to move around. He reinvented the game. So it's not the size of who you are, what you are. It's what you can do with that ball. Because as you know, and I know, and any good racket sports professional out there will tell you, the ball doesn't know the difference. So the way you play, I'm pretty damn sure is good. And we're going to see it one day. So you have a favorite technique? I'm sorry. Do you have a favorite teaching tool? A favorite teaching drill. What's your favorite when you like to focus on beginner players that walk on your court? Anything you like to tell them?
It's interesting because I've been told by professionals that when you have like more entry or lower level players, don't teach them dinking because they're never going to get there. And I don't agree with that. And I mean, it's a bold statement, to say I don't agree with it. But for me, I love doing so many drills up in the kitchen in the no volley zone.
Yeah.
Right? And whether it's playing to the offensive or defensive part of the kitchen or whatever it is, but like angles, shot selection, coverage, but teaching pickleball to be played as true doubles, right? Like all jokes aside, as a smaller player, my partner is taller regularly. I'm trying to set them up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play.
Yeah.
So just teaching pairs the ultimate dynamics for them to be the ultimate doubles combination rather than two individual players. That's why I love teaching. Is getting the companionship and the true doubles mentality rather than I'll just take care of what I can. You know what I mean? And I think that if you've got someone who's got bigger weapons than you, set them up to use those weapons. I mean you see that all the time.
Yeah.
So
that's good. I had a guest on a few weeks back who's pretty well known, and I respect him. But you might have seen the episode. But it came out recently, and I always like to ask people certain things, and what's something they don't know. He doesn't like teaching dinking, and I don't discount that like you. I just don't understand why. But like you said, some people as pros, we have to be able to adjust to their game, and it's not my way or the highway all the time, but sometimes in crucial moments it should be. But dinking's very key because then when you can do that, then you can control the pace of the game. Still think we should charge more for this, but we will. All right, so let's talk about your favorite player. Do you have a favorite player right now? Junior, senior, all of them, male, female? Any players you like come to mind?
It's interesting. That's such a good question, right? I mean, I love the Johns brothers.
Of course.
I think that they're just class acts.
Of course.
And but I also I'm a big fan of Tyson McGuffin because
of course.
He's kind of like that
machismo, man.
That
little swagger, right?
Bit of a badass, Got the tattoos and he's exciting for the game. But how cool is it to see Andre out on the court? I think that just speaks volumes to where pickleball has come from and is going to, and
he's unbelievable.
He
swings the same way he did 30, 40 years ago, man.
Yeah. So I like seeing him, but no, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Johns brothers.
Johns brothers.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that I don't know. I'm also a bit of a classic rackets professional, right? Any sport that you're teaching, like a little bit of dignity, a little bit of class, a little bit of character.
Yeah.
It's tennis, for example, is a sport founded upon being a gentleman or a lady, and I think that's sometimes forgotten. And pickleball, I think it's just such a great sport, but our players, they want to play or they want to party, and so there's that atmosphere with the pro side of things as well, which I think is really cool.
That's a good definition of pickleball right there. They want to play and they want to party.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
I'm
a fan. I'm a big fan.
Well, being Aussie, you can handle that stuff. All right, so moving on to favorite place. What's your favorite memory of pickleball so far? It could be up there in New England states, or it could be down here in Texas, or wherever, or a tournament. What's your favorite memory?
I think that for me, the humble beginnings on a tennis court with the nets just lowered down to a pickleball level is a great memory. But the actual structure that I was part of constructing at River Oaks was pretty immaculate It really was, Curtis.
Wow, that's a
You
nice
know,
club in Houston, right?
Yeah, it's
very
It's a
nice.
nice club,
Very.
but you go out to the pickleball courts, and there was 4 courts there, and they were like built into these rolling hills.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've been to Houston much, but it is so flat.
Yes,
It's
I've been to Houston.
It's so boring.
It's,
And
weather's awesome.
yeah, right now. But you walked out onto those courts and you felt like you're in Southern California. So
Yeah,
so that was
wow.
kind of cool.
Oh, creating
and,
those courts.
and also like being part of creating them.
That's even cooler.
Right.
That's a legacy, man.
That'll always have my signature on it, you know.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That beats mine so far. But then let's ask you what you like what's your favorite tip you tell your players when they walk on the court? And these vary. Like
Yeah.
I've heard a consistent one. I'm not gonna say what it is, but what is it that you like to tell your players when they walk on the court?
Like when they're coming on for a lesson?
Yeah.
Or when they're going out to play a match? Or both?
Both.
Yeah,
Both. I
nice.
mean, whatever you feel like it's whatever you want to talk about.
So
man.
coming out for a lesson, the 2 words that I'm always saying is be patient. Just be patient. You know, wait for and always see what's truly in front of you. You know, like
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing is don't see what you want to see. See what's truly in front of you.
Yeah.
And then when people are going out to play matches, it's very similar. It's
Yeah.
like listen, you know, stay present. Stay your long-term focus is the point that you're in, and your short-term focus is the shot that you're hitting. Don't
That's
go
huge.
anywhere else. Don't go
Just
anywhere
keep it
else.
simple.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know it's interesting that you just said keep it simple. So I was really fortunate to do some tennis clinics with Brad Gilbert.
Oh, wow.
And had an opportunity to kind of do a little Q&A with him, with the guests.
Wow, that's probably good.
Yeah, I'll keep it short because I know
No,
this
it's
is
fine.
But
No.
it was really, really enlightening.
I love that book. Good, winning ugly. Winning.
He's great, but you know, I asked him. I said, "Listen, Brad, everyone you've touched turns to gold as a coach, right?"
Of course.
I'm like, "What's
yeah.
your secret?" And he goes, "There is no secret." He goes, "I keep it simple."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I can't control what's happened prior to my arrival, but I can control what's going to happen moving forward. And we're going to keep it simple." I said, "There's more to it than that." And he's like, "I swear, that's all it is." So sometimes that's just what you need, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the funny story about that is I'm gonna be honest. In 2002, and Andy Roddick dismissed Brad Gilbert. That's after he won the U.S. Open. That was when I was entrenched at Brookhaven. Love you, Dave Harris. Love you, Billy Freer. Spent 10 years and just grinded.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. I still love that place. And we read that book by Brad Gilbert. And as soon as he got rid of Roddick, Andrew said, "I love you, buddy." Walks past me and goes, "Come here." I'm like, "Oh, shit, what'd I do?" He goes, "I'm going to tell you right now, Roddick will not win another major after getting rid of Gilbert. I'm just so pissed." And he never did. He's a hell of a player. I'm not bagging Andy Roddick. Please don't think that. But I'm not. But Brad Gilbert's a hell of a coach, hell of a player. He was that player that I aspired to be when I was playing those open satellite tournaments, and you had to get certain points to get to the Masters in Waco and shit like that.
I mean, and if you think about it, Roddick really shouldered the burden of American men's tennis.
Yeah,
for a
he
long
did.
time,
And you know what? That's his defense. That's correct.
admirably too. I mean,
yeah.
look at the 3 players that he had to, or 4 players he had to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Federer, the Joker, all those guys.
Nadal, and Wawrinka, Murray.
Wawrinka, Stan. I mean,
he had a tough era.
and I'm not discounting anything Andy Roddick's done. I wish that some American players would toughen up
Huge fan.
and just freaking listen to your coach. And don't surround your people to tell you what you want to hear.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, that's going deep. All right, so now we're going to go into the kitchen. All right, this is where I ask you stuff about yourself. It's just fun stuff. And then we'll wind up with the last question is, what's something about you that people don't know you think would be unique, but you can simmer on that. But right now, let's go. I think I need music for the way of the kitchen.
Love music.
Click. I'll put some music on there like it comes out. I'm going to do that.
All right.
I'm going to call it the Chris Gale song.
Love it.
So number one, in the kitchen here with Chris Gale, Director of Racquet Sports at Bentry Country Club, Dallas, Texas. Amazing facility. Number one thing, what's your favorite song you like to jam or bang, like to listen to when you're going on the court?
Oh, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Guns N' Roses. Love GNR.
Appetite for Destruction, right? All of
I
them.
mean, just all of it. But talk about an amazing band that just put out 4 unbelievable albums. I didn't consider the Spaghetti Incident. Yep. And but no, I mean, Appetite for Destruction came out when I was 12.
How old are you? I'm 50.
I'm 50.
Okay, we're the same
The
age.
same age. So Appetite for Destruction came out
Oh, yeah.
in 1987. Little 12-year-old Australian guy listens to it on tape and is like, I can't believe there's actual music like this. This is so killer. So
There you go.
Paradise City.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
Seen them 4 times.
really? I've never
Yeah.
seen him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. That's damn good. I love that. All right. You're the first guest to say Guns N' Roses, by the way. That's over
Excellent.
150 guests.
That makes me happy.
So let's go to next question is going to be favorite movie. You like sci-fi, you like comedy, you like dramedy, you like romance, you like Godfather.
Yeah, and these have been my favorite genre since before I moved to Texas.
Okay. All right.
Westerns.
Which ones? Like the old spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood?
Oh yeah, I mean, how could
Okay.
you not? I mean, come
Okay,
on.
fair enough.
But Open Range. With
Oh,
Kevin,
yeah.
Kevin Costner
yes.
and Robert Duvall.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. It's so, I mean, like the scenery is beautiful, and then it's a classic western. They go and have the big shootout at the end, and you know, it's got everything. I love that movie.
Westerns. That's cool. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, pets.
Love dogs.
What kind of dogs you got? What kind of dogs you got?
So, I've had 3 golden retrievers, a bloodhound.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
and-
Fall asleep barking.
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious. And I currently have 2 King Charles Cavalier Spaniels, and they are
What are their names?
Wookie, and Kona.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We have a Labradoodle named Chief, and then a Havanese
They're cute.
Gustavo. They're
Yeah.
just little shits.
Do you know what?
They are.
Do you know what King Charles Cavaliers were bred for?
Anchorman.
To keep
Weren't they an Anchorman?
No, to keep the King of Spain warm. So all they want to do is just like
I'm gonna delete this episode. I'm just kidding.
best dogs ever, man.
That's cool. All right, you have favorite sports teams?
Lakers. I bleed purple and gold.
Good for you.
I'm so sorry, Dallas.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll judge.
But can I
Sure.
give it a little justification?
Yes.
All right. So growing up in the west coast of Australia, we had 3 TV channels, and the only U.S. sports that we got was the NBA Finals.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And random baseball games. So in the 80s,
Yeah.
you've got the Celtics and the Lakers playing against
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Here's this impressionable young lad watching it, and you've got Magic Johnson,
Kareem.
Kareem, Michael Cooper, Byron Scott,
Robert Parrish.
just playing Showtime basketball, and then the Celtics have Larry Bird
Oh yeah.
and
Kevin
Kevin McHale,
McHale.
and they're kind of redneck looking dudes, and I'm like 9 or 10, and I'm watching Showtime, and I'm watching the Celtics, and I was like, man, I'm all about this Lakers team. And little did I know, they're amazing. And then so when I got my first director position in Southern California, Kobe and Shaq had just started playing together.
Oh wow.
So I was going and watching those. So huge Lakers fan.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, we're gonna go to what is your favorite? What's something about you people don't know that you think's unique, or would think like, wow, that's pretty wild.
So my dad was the first Gale to get a university degree in Australia, and he was a civil engineer, world-renowned environmental engineer throughout his career, still working. And he didn't have the money to send me and my brother to this all-boys exclusive private school, sacrificed so much to do it, was so excited for us to get college degrees or university degrees. I lasted 6 months in human movement, kinesiology.
Kinesiology, that's my degree.
Yeah, biomechanics. I loved the subject, just school wasn't for me. So when I said I was moving to the US when I was 19, he said, that's your choice, but I'm not helping you get there. So I sold my CD collection.
You can't sell your music.
I had to, so I could afford the flight to fly over here.
I love this guy. I'm gonna keep this episode. Wow, that's fantastically awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you that after we get off. I'll tell you a little story about what I went through. Well, look, how would people reach you if they want to come work at that amazing facility, Bent Tree Country Club, or want to have you on their podcast, or want to have you, or maybe work for you, or maybe join the club? How would people get in touch with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn.
He is.
Definitely can get message through LinkedIn without a doubt. My email is my full first name, Christopher.
Christopher.
At benttreecc Email me, reach out to me through LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to be in touch with anyone.
It will. I can be reached at Curtis at ReeseRacketSports.com or on the World Wide Web. Curtis Reese Pickleball, look it up. That's it, man. Did we forget anything?
I think that we hit some good topics there.
I know we did.
Yeah, we crushed it.
Coming through.
Well, hold on. We're still going. We're going to do it in a second. Almost. Still going. You want to be done now? You want to be done now?
I can go all day, man.
Oh, shit.